A Villain in Venice, Jane of the Air, Book 1. A steampunk detective and aviatrix and part-time spy. Available now. All profits to the NHS.
Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, this time recorded in my lunch break, at work, sat in my car. Why? Because I've got builders at home, and if I wait for them to stop banging in order to record a podcast, well, we'll be here forever, hence the reason for the gaps. So, main or monthly range release, second to last of the entire range, number 274, The Blazing Hour. It's a 5th Doctor and Turlough story, and it's basically an allegory for Chernobyl. Here's the synopsis. The TARDIS brings the Doctor and Turlough to a high-tech scientific installation on the planet Testament in the distant future. The human race have become intergalactic buccaneers thanks to their ability to generate vast amounts of power for long-distance travel. Testament is the source of that power, and the Doctor never quite understood how it works. But experiments are underway on Testament. Experiments with potentially explosive and devastating consequences. And even the Doctor may be too late to stop it. With politicians and bureaucrats getting in the way, the race is on, not to stop a disaster, but to save as many people as possible. It is very good. Turlough, weirdly, is seen by many fans as a bit of a departure from the normal, standard... I say standard, but of course none of them are truly standard companions, because Turlough as a character wanted to kill the 5th Doctor. Except of course at the end of his time, when it's just him and the 5th Doctor, just before Peri turns up, well, he doesn't really want to kill the Doctor. He's kind of gone through that emotional arc. So what he is somebody who's evolved and is emotionally better, but hasn't quite reached that end point that we see in Planet of Fire. Difficult to play. And of course this was recorded, well, during lockdown, with Mark Strickson recording in New Zealand, the 5th Doctor recording underneath his own stairs, and everybody else at home surrounded by quilt covers. Not that you can tell, even remotely. The performances, well, everyone's so used to working together and working for Big Finish at this point that it just works. Like I said in the opening sequence, it is arguably an allegory for the Chernobyl disaster. What's causing the power surge? Well, that's fine. And yes, there are certain Voyager episodes that also have this kind of thing going on, but once you've taken source material and turned it through so many different phrases, as always, a Doctor Who story becomes its own beast, and that is fab. You've got a classic proper run-around Doctor adventure, and you've got something that feels very, very much like it would have fitted in at the time. Almost so that you were thinking, did Chernobyl happen after or before this in real life? And you know what, I had to look it up. So, yes, it's about an oncoming disaster and how people cope with it. And that is fab. Superb cast, superb acting, and just a great adventure. Yes, it doesn't have any of the characters that appear in other stories. There's no great reoccurring villains. But if you're going to forget it for that reason, you'll miss out on a treat. Here's the trailer. Decide for yourself. And I apologise for the rain sounds on the roof of my car. Until next time, be seeing you.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, The Blazing Hour.
Well, it's 10:25. Let's get this experiment underway.
This planet is called Testament, the powerhouse of the human empire.
You Indigenous are always frightened of risk. But if you don't take the risks, you won't get the rewards.
Safety is our top priority.
He's frozen in the wall. That's a living person.
I have to tell you, because I'm frightened. I think this energy boost is going to cause the most appalling explosion anyone has ever seen.
But if anything went wrong with the technology...
I really think we've had enough of your negative attitude.
Don't be too hard on him, he's from off-world.
I mean, look around. Does this seem to you like a safe form of technology?
Testament is a completely safe source of energy.
I won't be listening to any more of your opinions. You're a saboteur. All you deserve is summary execution.
What we do here isn't about heat or fission. It involves the manipulation of time.
Bending time. That's the secret of Testament technology, like the Leveson jar.
What do you know about time? Time was supposed to make me rich.
The effect will tear the time stream of the atom apart. You won't be able to control it. You'll get an infinite replication. That atom repeated in every moment of its history.
This will mean the end for everyone.
You're running light bulbs off the forces of the space-time continuum. You're sailing into a storm, and your boat isn't built strongly enough to stand it.
The roof ripped open and the sky full of fire. Testament consumed in a blazing hour.
Get it under control, Mrs. Ellison.
I can't!
The explosion is coming now, and nothing can stop it.
Big Finish. We love stories.
No! Go away! Get away from me! Doctor!
That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Available on Spotify, iTunes, Acast, Stitcher, and wherever good podcasts are found. Get early access to content by subscribing to the Tin Dog Podcast YouTube channel. You can support the show at patreon.com/tindog. Contact the show on Twitter at tindogpodcast or email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. All of the things discussed are the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.